Hey Soul Family! Today I had a chore that I need to do, and it involves getting underneath the kitchen sink, which is not my favorite thing to do. I'm replacing the reverse osmosis filters and repairing some damage from a water leak that came from the drain on one side of the sink and ruined the wood underneath it, and it got warped. And so I got to tear that wood out and replace the wood and then put the filters back in place, and which means the water has to be turned off to that part of the kitchen, which means no drinking water because that supplies all the drinking water. So the kids are gonna have to drink out of the garden hose. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe it'll make them immune to COVID-19. Let's get started on that. So this is what happens when a water leak goes unnoticed for more than just a few weeks. The shelf gets ruined and you got to pull the wood out. And the old one used to fit in a groove down there, and if you can see that little groove beyond the edge of it, that's a 1/2 inch piece of whatever that, probably particle board with some kind of fake wood. Got to tear that thing out. Yeah, that's been longer than a couple of weeks for sure. When I first looked under here, I thought that was like a 1/4 inch or 1/8 inch board. And then when I realized it was a 1/2 inch, then I realized just how bad the problem had gotten. This guy right here, it's like a little bladder. It charges up with pressure. So before you disconnect that guy or any of these lines, you definitely want to make sure that you bleed off the pressure from that. Otherwise, as I found out last time, as soon as you start disconnecting these lines, get a nice big mess down here. Golly, the more stuff I remove, the worse it looks. That is crazy. The good news is we're going to replace that with 2 boards supported by some 2x4s and whatever combination is required to meet that height from the floor to the original shelf height. Goggles on, saws all in hand. Let's get to work. Man, I love a Sawzall. It's all ripped out. That's just a big pile of junk. Time to replace it. Another excellent find. Crickets. They're going to be relocated. All right, slight parts miscalculation. I've just noticed that 5.5 inches, that's the size of a 6-inch piece of lumber. I have tons of 2x4s, but no 2x6s. And I took out the support that was in the front here because it was all molded and ugly. So all the rest of the wood is nice and solid, but I need to get some 2x6 for the supports I'm going to put in here. The next thing I need to do is cut some 2x6s, one for the back, one for the front, and then little cross support beams, one here. Make like a little frame that'll go in here. First thing to do is to take that piece of wood over there, a 2x6, cut it into some shorter pieces so that I can build the frame and stick it into the sink so I can mount the wood on top of it, that piece of wood right there. And I'll cut that down into a couple smaller pieces that hopefully will slide right in. We'll see. Now a quick test fit of the pieces that I'm going to use. Oh yeah. Fit stop right here. Time to do some cutting, 35 by 23, and we'll chop that piece in half so we can get it in. Roll the fast forward. Well, I've set the boards in there. I cut this piece and then I cut it in the middle. See where the grain is. And then it's fitting right into that groove on each side. And on the front, I'll have to pull this up. I'll have to push this up a little bit and tack it. And once that's all screwed down, you can hit it with at least one coat of polyurethane to seal up the wood. Got it tacked down. Now, nothing to do but put a little stain on it. And there it is with a nice little coat of polyurethane. As soon as that's done totally curing, and I know it's waterproof, I'll hook all this stuff back up. The new shelf with the RO stuff put back in. No leaks, functioning correctly. I'd say we're just about done. Well, that's about all I'm going to do on the cabinet underneath the sink and the RO system. I'm done with that. So until I see you next time, guys. If you like this content, you like this sort of content, or any of the other stuff you find on my channel, please click the bell so that you get notifications. Feel free to subscribe if you like that sort of thing, and click like. I love you, soul family. Talk to you soon. Right there. Here and here.